Hey, welcome everybody, Aesop Grimm here, and this is the beginning of a new Stellaris Chronicle. This is my second Chronicle in Stellaris, and we're going to be playing as the Commonwealth of Man. I played as the UNE before. I made it to year 2275, and I'm hoping to best that this time around. I'm going to go ahead and start the countdown timer now, and we will begin afresh from new game. We're going to select Commonwealth of Man. We're Xenophobe and Fanatic Militarist. That means that we can purge aliens or enslave them. We can also, we gain ship rate fire and reduced claim influence cost when we put claims on alien empire space. We have nationalistic zeal, further reducing our claim influence cost and also allowing us to be in a war stance for longer than most others. Distinguished Admiralty further increases our ship fire rate. So we're sitting at a plus 30% overall. That's pretty impressive. These are the normal human traits. And we can see we get the Lost Colony origin here. The UN-sponsored Ulysses Initiative oversaw the construction of 6 great arc ships in low Earth orbit at the end of the 21st century. The ships, carrying 250,000 colonists each, were sent through a recently discovered subspace phenomenon on the outer edge of the Oort cloud, a small, unstable wormhole. None were heard from again, and the destabilized wormhole vanished. Yet, unbeknownst to Earth, one of the Ark ships survived the passage and established a flourishing colony on a lush alien moon. The pioneers who tamed this world were determined to realize humanity's manifest destiny. Dominion over the galaxy at any cost. Okay, we will select them. We get this ship type. Here's our flag. We are led by Sydney Beauclair. Under my game details, I haven't done this in the past. I'm going to try it out here. I'm hoping this leads to a little bit less management. I set the habitable worlds from the default of 1 down to 0.75. That's going to reduce the overall habitable worlds in the entire galaxy. It has an impact on everybody. And then I reduced the guaranteed habitable worlds within our immediate space from 2 to 1 as a result of lowering this. Empire placement is random. All of these, I believe, are default. In the interest of simplifying my game, I've disabled Caravaneers and Xenocompatibility. Recall I am still trying to learn. Small 400 star galaxy and a 2-arm spiral formation. I've never made it really past the mid-game year. I have quite a bit of early game experience, I would say, even though I wouldn't call myself good. But next to no experience in mid-game and late game. We're going to have 6 AI empires. I've decided on 2 of them. 1/3 will be advanced AI starts. That kind of should allow for benchmarks to show us how fast we're progressing, is what I'm thinking. We will have 1 fallen empire, no marauder empires. Again, this is in the interest of simplifying the game experience so that I can just learn the game. This is a default crisis strength, I think. Or either that or I got it from somebody on YouTube on recommended settings or something. But if I've ever touched this, I haven't touched it for a long time. Advanced Neighbors is off. Difficulty is only set to Captain. That's about where I don't feel like I can really do anything above that right now. And my scaling difficulty is set to on. That means that any AI bonuses that Captain provides to the AI, they scale up over time. They don't just begin with all of those bonuses at full strength right away. It scales up over time from 0 to maximum. And you can see there that it's starting at 0 and reaching maximum at the end game start year. So AI aggressiveness is set to normal. Mid-game start year will be 2300. End-game start year is a century after that at 2400. And the victory year is set to off, meaning that we can play until we own the map, theoretically. All right, let's hit play. Okay. Commonwealth of Man, military dictatorship. Planet class is continental. More than a century has passed since the great ark ship Chrysanthemum carried 250,000 of our ancestors from distant Earth to the garden world we have come to know as Unity. After a long and perilous journey, the colonists rejoiced when they first saw sunlight again, albeit from a foreign star. The early years were difficult. Citizen militias were formed to fight off the lethal alien wildlife that we found ourselves sharing our new home with, and cultivating the terrestrial crops that had been brought proved harder than imagined. Yet for each challenge overcome, we became stronger. Once this new world had been tamed, our numbers grew exponentially. The last few decades have seen great leaps in technology, and we are now, finally, ready to reach out and reclaim the stars from whence we came. I had to mute Mike, I'm sorry. Sydney Beauclair is our leader, skill level 2 of 5, age 38, and she is champion of the people and an explorer. I don't know who this guy is. This is the founding species. Okay, he's just a representative. Hit begin. This is typical for the real space thing. It goes through to see if it has any conflicts. We don't. But we have a lot of customization we can do here, apparently. I never touch it. So we'll hit close. This is our home system, the Deneb system. And we reside inside a nebula, which blocks outside sensors from being able to see into our system. That's nice. Okay, let's take a quick look at the galaxy as a whole. And we're located in a pretty prime spot, about halfway. I think this is actually kind of where Earth is in the real Milky Way galaxy. You can see we're halfway between the inner arm and the outer, or where one of these spirals spins out to. We are on... Let's see, this is where one spiral begins. I think maybe this is the second one. Anyway, we're in the middle there. So, Whispering Garden Nebula. Okay, let's grab our construction ship. And we're looking for minerals that are not being mined right now. Tumbleweed. Here it is, GR345. It's an asteroid. Take a look at that. I love how you can really zoom in on these things. Everything in the game, you can really get in there and get a close look at it, and it's detailed, you know? Terraform. It's an asteroid. Okay, so we have a large asteroid belt surrounding Deneb, the star. Unity is a moon of Olympus. We'll take a look at Unity. There it is. I'm not for sure, but it seems like the more you build your planet up, the more lights you begin to see across the world from the space view. But I don't know. That's just sort of like an impression I had from ages ago when Stellaris first came out. I've had this game a long time. I've just never really mastered it. And that's kind of, I always thought like, man, are there more lights? But anyway, what else can we do here? I'm sorry, I'm kind of unfocused. Let's go to our policies. We are expansionist, unrestricted wars, indiscriminate orbital bombardment. It would make things much easier on us. Resettlement is allowed. If our first contact protocol was set to peaceful, but it doesn't roleplay well with what the Commonwealth of Man is. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep aggressive. I mean, they are absolutely aggressive. It would It would go against everything we've read about the Commonwealth of Man to set that to peaceful. I'm just saying it makes us a lot less threatening. We're going to start with closed borders. We have a mixed economy. I'll show you what aggressive means. It means that we can attack neutral enemies. Unknown dangers may hide among the stars. To ensure our continued survival, we must be ready to strike without hesitation. Mixed economy, robotic workers allowed, pop controls allowed, slavery allowed, and purge allowed. So we're not going to be well liked. We definitely get the side eye. Edicts, nothing yet. Let's look at ship designer. Okay, first we need to uncheck auto generate, and then the other thing that I like to do, these strip shields, and then this hits the armor. Okay, I'm going to load this up with a reactor booster because you see we're at power 0. I'm going to save the reprise. I like the Commonwealth's naming list. It's pretty sweet. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another Corvette type, and I'm going to make it a picket ship. Something I learned recently, if you look, you see how this points up in the sky? This flak battery is like AAA anti-aircraft artillery. It shoots down scouts, scout wings, like the little fighters. This one right here, the Sentinel Point Defense, this is an anti-missile defense. So it's like what you have on modern day battleships and stuff. This is designed to shoot down incoming ballistic missiles and rockets and artillery, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I want. So we're going to load that up. Then we're going to load in the forward position because it has a shorter range. I'm going to load the laser, and then the mass driver, which has, I think, 10 meters greater range, or 10 whatever. They don't really tell you what the measurement is, but it has a range of 50. This has a range of 40. So the kinetic artillery, well, the kinetic weapon will go in the middle here. Deflectors, 2 of them. It keeps our ship light, so more maneuverability. Then once again, power is set to 0. If we want this auto upgrade to work, we need a surplus of power, a little bit, for it to work with. Otherwise, occasionally, you'll upgrade a weapon and it'll put you over the power limit. If you're at 0, it won't upgrade you. Okay, so let's see. We need to rename it. The Buccaneer, that would be appropriate. Tonight's the Super Bowl. But something for an anti-missile, a picket. How about a halberd? This was an anti-cavalry division in medieval times. So we'll use that. We'll call it the halberd. I like that. Okay, down here on the Dignity, this is our defense platform. And in 2.8, what I have heard is that hangars are kind of OP. So we're going to load up scout wings into there, and same thing here. We're going to go double shields and 2 units of armor. It's already at a surplus of power, so I'm not worried about that. And we'll save this. That is the Dignity. Okay. We'll come down to Fleet Manager then, and we will add a ship, the Halberd class. Both of these will kick up to 5, but we're not going to reinforce that fleet yet. Although incredibly we could. We could reinforce this fleet right now. I'm going to hold off. Instead, we're just going to upgrade them. That's going to refit this reprise class according to the new specs that we gave, giving it the reactor booster, basically. Okay, what else can we do here? Traditions. I think I've got everything over here done. We need to select our research. We will take field modulation. Modulation fields allow for increased productions and improved energy yield. So we're going to get 20% more from our technicians. Here we will go with biodiversity studies. Studying the different forms of life that appear on our world helps us better understand ourselves and the life that surrounds us. That's going to increase our research speed in society research. We have physics, society, and engineering. All right, Dr. Yamada, you are going to research nanomechanics. Advanced instrumentation allows for the study and practical application of physical systems at nanometric scales. There we go. Okay, now the last thing we have to do is to tell our science ship to survey that triangle. Okay, now we're going to hit save. We're going to call this start. Okay, we got 14 minutes left in this episode, and now we're actually getting started with the game. We're going to go speed 2. I very well may use speed 3 in this game. We'll just see, but that'll be later on. I like the more methodical pace of speed 2. It can be a little frustrating early on, but over time it really feels like your civilization it gives it some weight. It feels like your civilization has some serious momentum. All right, the hunt for the Hyacinth. We have found no traces of the 4 Ark ships that passed through the wormhole before the Chrysanthemum arrived at Unity. One ship, the Hyacinth, was scheduled to make the passage after us, and the Chrysanthemum's long-range sensors reported a brief energy spike from the wormhole shortly before it destabilized and vanished. Assuming the Hyacinth survived the passage and made it to our galactic neighborhood, the Ark ship has so far failed to establish contact with us. It might be a good idea to search nearby systems for signs of its presence. Okay, indeed, make it so.
New sitrep.
The Strike Force Griffin fleet has been fully upgraded. Okay, good deal. Can I make another science ship? Yes. We will do that. Survey the stars. For millennia, we have looked at the stars trying to understand them, but they were always beyond our reach. Now we finally have the tech to do so. Some of our best scientists are eager to go on an expedition to examine the stellar bodies up close. They have already prepared a list of nearby stars of different types that would be the best targets to study. Very thoughtful. Let's see that list.
New sitrep.
Almost done with that science ship, and there it is. We do not quite have 200 credits, so we can't afford a new scientist yet. So we will stand by.
Construction complete.
Oh, and there we go. Okay, pause it. Recruit. The youngest is 29, but we got anomaly discovery chance of 10% from Dr. Yamashita. So that's who we will grab. And Dr. Yamashita will survey. I think, which direction do we want to go? We have 3 options. We can go this way. We can go this way, or we can go this way. Okay, well, our natural bottlenecks right now are here, here, and here. So we should get to those bottlenecks. Our first science ship is going to get this one. Our second one, I'm going to send to get this one. And our third one will be responsible for right here. And then we'll go from there. So by clicking this and then holding the shift button, I can bring her out to here. here, and here. Our construction ship can get the rest. The 2 energy credits here. I don't take the research stations early on because the economy doesn't support it that great. That's my understanding. If I'm wrong, boy, am I looking for feedback. Anything you guys want to put down in the comments section, I will eat that up. But as I understand it, I think I got it from A-Spec. Just build the mining stations initially, and then later when your economy is more robust, you can fill in with the engineering research. The other thing that affects that, I think, is empire sprawl. And I have heard from multiple people that empire sprawl is worthless, don't even worry about it. But the best way that I've heard it explained is it's worthless, don't even worry about it.
Anomaly found.
Provided you are building your economy up in a way that negates those disadvantages that we're going to get. So we're going to get tech disadvantages, for example. Well, as long as we have a planet that's dedicated to stockpiling research centers, then who cares? We're going to blow past, absolutely annihilate the glass ceiling that empire sprawl malice puts on us. But if we don't, then we are actually suffering from that. So we need to kind of keep that in mind, and I'm not a master at that.
Construction complete.
We'll see how it goes. I told her not to research this, right? Yeah, because it's set to hard. Can I build another science ship? Yes, I can.
Anomaly found.
This one's routine, so we'll look at that. And the system Dominius. Construction ship is finished. Dominius should be the first one. 9 orders left. Oh, that's a big system. 8 orders left here. Dominius is large. Because he arrived here. Is it he? She. Conchetta. Dr. Ravelli arrived here first. She was the first scientist that we had. And Dr. Yamashita was sent out afterwards, and she's going to finish first. The system was a lot smaller. There's our science ship. Sorry about that. Let's recruit. Okay, they're all society based, so we'll take the youngest one, Marissa Bowden. Okay, Dr. Bowden, go forth and produce. We need you to come check this out for our bottleneck. And then I think we'll check this arm first. Right here we can see that leads to another system, so this would be another bottleneck. But everything else, there's no entry to. You have to come through here. So if we can capture this point, we get all of this, as long as I'm looking at that correctly. Okay. She'll be busy for a while. P. The rifts on Dermius. We won't read all of these. What do we got here? According to the survey team, states 196 digits of pi is expressed. Is base 14. Reading the message would need the information. Authors believed anyone capable of reading the message would need the information. Okay, we gained 122 society research. Most people that are watching this will have played Stellaris quite a bit. They're familiar with it, so I don't want to go through every little thing, but I do want to get an idea so that we have a story that builds. The administration on Unity received the report on the alien remnants with some apprehension. The leavings in question are now widely considered to be definitive proof of unknown forces, once having been active in the galaxy. Though some prominent human thinkers reject this in favor of identifying the traces as freak geological formations or results of curious natural phenomena. See, it wigs us out. We're nervous about that. We've been fighting off aliens on Unity for a while. It took us a long time to gain dominion over this, And so we're very cagey when it comes to life other than human. All right, my construction ship can't do anything yet. Wow, we still got 7 orders left, man. Part of this is because in all my previous practice runs where I played around with a self-designed Roman Empire, Roman Star Empire, I was playing at speed 3 because I was just trying to see how stuff worked. So that's what I'm used to. Speed 2 does kind of feel like a crawl to me right now. But I used to play at speed 2 all the time, and I remember for sure, at least for me, it really does feel like it gives a lot of weight to your momentum. You can feel your momentum later down the line. So I'd like to replicate that. Okay, traditions are available. Now, what do we do here? I'm very tempted to go discovery. That's what I would normally do, but here lately I have been favoring expansion first. And that's what I'm going to go with. Colony development speed is increased by 25%. I want to have at least this one tagged before I colonize my first world. So we'll adopt that tradition. And then we'll go into the discovery tree. As of yet, we haven't come across our one guaranteed world, and we don't know if we have more. Now look here. Remember earlier I said that this was a bottleneck for us, and that's because this star system led to something else. But it looks like we could gain all of this.
Recon pass completed.
Yeah. This would be the new bottleneck. Oh no, wait, this one has something too. There might be some things inside here. But I still think because these are going inside, I think this would be the new bottleneck. It would net us all of this. And then we would have a bottleneck up here and we would have all of this. Now, do I want to expand that far? I don't know about that. I'm kind of wanting to stay at a point where I have a limited number of defense points, and I also have a small enough space that my fleets can get to wherever pretty quickly. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Unity. We should know that already. We came from Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. Okay, so that's what we will do.
Sit rep.
Got about 2 minutes left in this episode. Leave B for now. And we're in the early months of the year 2202. An archaeological site has been discovered. One order left. Finally, Dominius is going to be surveyed. And gained a level. Who was that? Dr. Ravelli has gained a level. She's level 2 now.
Anomaly found.
Go ahead and research that. So we can think of ourselves as kind of the director, the person at the top that tells everybody else, issues the orders, and then the wheels of the government turn and accomplish what it is. But we set the agenda.
System reconnaissance completed.
There we go. Let's go ahead and build a starbase outpost. And at 250 alloys, we can also order reinforcements. Plus Unity now has an open slot that we should put alloy foundries. I think actually because of it's cheaper for us to make ships, I'm gonna go civilian industries first. Continued observation. Oh, timer. Continued observation of the photosphere of Sejima A revealed multiple micro wormholes linked to a different dimension. Whoa. Their constant spontaneous formation and collapse inside the star is depositing large quantities of exotic particles within it, accounting for the unusual spectral readings. We get +6 physics to Sejima. That's right here. Okay. We've got twin suns. Zoom in on our science ship here. It's pretty, huh? Some of those graphic changes that I have that add more depth and color to the world. I mean, most of what you're seeing here is just base Stellaris, the lens flares and stuff, but real space is nice, and then the colored nebulas in the background. It's all makes the galaxy so much more rich. Okay, well, let's go ahead and hit save. We're at the end of November of 2202. Well, I tell you what, let's let this continue until we reach 2203.
Construction complete.
Okay, now we'll tell our construction ship to build mining stations. Now look at the passage of time here. Look at how long this guy's working. We've got a month to go, right? And he hasn't even made it to the point that he's going to build his first station. These people are out on lifelong expeditions. This is going to be their whole life. They will live, breathe, eat, dream, and die in space, you know, and they'll send all that data back to us. This is our civilization expanding and building. People are spending their lives on this. So I just wanted to try and point that out and give some gravity and try and get ourselves in the shoes of what it would be like to be these people. Have you ever dreamed about, I mean, I have. I've dreamt about being on a ship going through space and waking up. Like, I've had an actual dream of waking up in a compartment where you look out the window and you see the nebula in the distance. I mean, that would be your life, you know? So we'll hit save game. There we go. And again, I'm Aesop Grim. Thank you for coming by the channel. If you like what you saw or you just want to help the channel out, leave a like and a comment. And I will see you guys in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grim's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.